Hey people, this is the Instant Karma Podcast with your host, Father Elo.
Reverend Adikio.
In today's podcast, we're going to be going over the last games on our list. Bet all of you are cheering right now. Well, you know, we've done Fallout New Vegas, we've done Need for Speed, we've done Brink, we've done Fable 3, we've done GTA 5, done all these known games. Now we're going to do some of the games that y'all didn't know about. Some of them that, you know, promised to be something or didn't even promise to be something, just they were horrible games. So we watched the playthroughs too, which one of them, yes, is Man vs. Wild. That that game was
If anybody remembers it.
That game was absolutely horrible.
Yeah.
He drinks his own piss. That's all you really have to know about it. And you can do it whenever you want to.
That was so cheaply made.
Yes, it was. It was kind of like any TV relation video game. But
They spent the whole of $20 to make the fucking thing.
And then they sold it at $60.
They're like, oh, that's pretty good.
Alright, but we're going to be getting into Gears of War 3 as the final game that we're going to be doing.
Yeah.
Because I don't know if you... Well, Gears of War 3 and Gears of War Judgment. I thought both of those were just absolutely horrible. They did not... you know, Gears of War Judgment wasn't supposed to follow the story after Gears of War 3, but they did a prologue. You're not supposed to do a prologue. Alright? Haven't you learned from Halo Reach and other games that have done prologues in the past? You know, they just don't work out very well for your fucking series. Alright, and now also they sold Gears of War to Microsoft Studios, so maybe Microsoft will fix it, but I highly doubt it since they fucked up most of the things that they've came across in the past. But let's go ahead and start off this list with, we all know it, we've all played it at one point in time, World of Tanks 360 edition. So first off, just getting to first off, they came out with the game late than what they said they would. They said, oh yeah, you know, it's going to come out in the fall. Instead it came out during the winter.
It was supposed to come out in the spring.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Spring 2013.
Didn't it come out in the fall or something?
No, I think you're right. I think it came out in winter time, actually. So it's a long fucking time. Long time.
Yeah,
It came out after GTA 5. Say that.
It was bad. That was bad wait time. All right. And for the people who are actually looking forward to it,
I was, because I had hopes for it. But
then you got the game, and you were like,
oh wow,
this is kind of shitty.
Yeah.
First off, it takes forever. It doesn't really take forever to find a game, but you hate it whenever you die. You immediately have to leave the game. I mean,
well, I wouldn't mind if they had a lot of people playing it, like the PC does, because PC, no fucking problem. It takes 5 seconds. You're out. Oh, okay, cool. Let's go find another game. 360, you're sitting there waiting for half a fucking hour to get into another one. You might fire a shot every 30 minutes. That's it.
And then you die immediately if you're horrible at the game.
Right.
So, you know, the wait wasn't really worth it. You were left there with, as we've mentioned on this podcast before, you were left there with shit in your hand, right?
Yeah.
And you had to make something out of the shit.
You had to smear a smiley face on the side of your burnt up tank. You know?
Yeah.
That's it. That's all you could do.
I mean, and plus it was just a horrible game. I don't know why people even played on the PC, to be honest with you.
It's just not my kind of game.
No. I mean, yeah, it's cool you're battling with tanks, but when has there ever been a war that we literally just had tank warfare?
Yeah.
Come on. And who actually likes all these old tanks that are out there? Not really that many people.
Now, I'm a big fan of them, but I use them in Arma, so it's fine. I don't mind them.
Yeah, Arma. It's a segue for everything.
Yeah.
Fuck you, Junebug. But you know, it wasn't just that the game was horrible or anything. It was just the fact that, you know, they promised it at a certain time at E3. They promised it, and they failed to get it out in time. And they literally failed, like, completely, miserably. And it wasn't even worth the wait. That's the reason why we hate World of Tanks.
Yeah.
PC and 360, we hate the people that make it too, because they literally crushed your spirit if you were actually looking forward to the game, because it took them so long to actually get it out there.
Yeah. Well, and it's one of those games where you can't rank up all the way unless you pay for it.
Yeah, you know,
Fucking
you have
retarded.
to. It's one of those games. You know, it's kind of like World of Warcraft, and
Yeah.
you know, stupid add-ons like League of Legends and shit like that, where you have to pay for extra things. You know, nobody really wants to do that because whenever you pay for the game, you pay for the game. All right, you don't want to have to pay for more afterwards, unless it's like StarCraft, because StarCraft you can actually use the shit that goes towards it. But I still think that they shouldn't do those add-ons. Really, I mean,
Yeah, that's why I'll never.
it's like
support any
it's
game
paying
like that.
for more DLC than what you should pay for.
Well, it's not even DLC. Like the DLC is to actually rank up what you're supposed to get in the fucking game anyway. Fuck that. That's stupid. Yeah, I know World of Tanks is free, and people are like, oh, but they don't get paid if it's free. Yeah, they do. They get paid for downloads.
Yeah.
They don't get paid as much as other companies. They still get fucking paid. They don't need that extra money. Damn. It's not like they made a AAA fucking title. That's why it's free.
That's why.
Because if they made you pay for the game,
There
nobody
were
would get it.
competitions in MLG for
Yeah.
that game like 2 years ago,
Yeah.
but it's not relevant anymore in the MLG community
No.
or any community for that matter. I don't even see forums or blogs about it anymore. That's how much it's dropped off the scale. But you know, I mean, if you like tanks and stuff like this, I guess give it a check out because you know it is free.
Yeah.
You know, we're not saying, oh, don't play it. You
No, I mean, fuck, it's free, but
know.
still, it's just not my kind of game at all. I wouldn't think it's most people's kind of game.
No.
But if you're a tank enthusiast, go for it. Just remember, it's not simulation either, though, so it's not going to be a tank simulator.
No, you can
It's just
shoot a
not.
tank from like 50 miles away and apparently hit something. So
Well, that's true, but not the way they do it. And they have, like, dumb fuck recoil on that shit.
yeah, ain't no shit. It's like-
Tanks don't have recoil. They have backblast, and it'll rock the fucking tank. They don't have recoil, though. It's not a semi-auto fucking thing. There's no recoil on a tank.
It's not like the fucking thing will just start going up and up and up and
No.
up. And
What
keep-
you aim at is what you're going to hit, period. Dumbass. It's not a weapon.
And plus it takes a long time for a tank to reload too. It's not like it reloads automatically either.
Yeah, you gotta do that. Well, I mean, we have them today, but not those.
Yeah.
You gotta do that shit by hand. Takes a while.
The Germans were so well at making tanks. They really were. But they came out with what was the tank? They had the Panzer?
Well, all theirs were called Panzers, and Panzer just meant armor. That's all it was.
Heavy armor.
Yeah.
Heavy armor. Can't shoot a bullet through it.
Well, they started World War II with the Panzer III. And that's
Which was
classified.
a good game. I mean a good tank.
Yeah.
God damn it.
Yeah. That's called a medium tank by today's standards, and then they came out with the Panzer IV, and they came out with the Panther, as their name. It was Panther V, and then they came out with the Panzer VI, nicknamed the Tiger. That was a badass machine. It was just slow, that was the problem, and expensive.
Oh yeah.
But it was badass, though. Almost nothing could penetrate it. You had to get up and close to get that thing done.
You had to put some damn good C4 on there.
The
A lot
Russian
of
tanks
it.
could penetrate it, but ours couldn't.
I guess that's why the Russians really took the fight to Germany and we took the fight to Japan.
Even still, the Russians were just running low on money. So they
Ain't no
didn't have
shit.
that many KV-1s out there to take it out. I'm kind of fucked if you saw a Tiger.
You're just like, oh shit. We should just run. It didn't work.
But they did have a fuck up in the back, though. They had some fuel tanks back there. That was a dumb mistake. They didn't know where else to put them, though. So our Shermans could outmaneuver it and get behind it, but head on, no way. We couldn't take it.
They'd destroy us.
Yeah. So either way, tank enthusiast, if you just like to look at them, you can get World of Tanks, but if you want a simulator, don't get it, because it's not.
And as we said, we're not telling you not to get the game.
No.
As we said, it's free.
Yeah.
Free to download. Go ahead,
Until
try
you
it.
hit like mid-rank, you know?
Then you're like, oh shit, I gotta get a
I have to
tank.
buy coins? What? Come on.
And then the coins buy me tanks.
Retarded.
Why don't you just say, hey, you pay $2 for this fucking tank? There you go.
Even that's ridiculous.
That's a ridiculous amount of money too. Maybe make it like 10 cents.
Yeah, sure, I'll fucking do it. No problem. That's about accurate. It is about $2 or so, up to $5 for a damn tank. That's stupid.
For a game tank, no.
Yeah.
$5 for a real tank would probably buy you one bolt.
Here's a screw. Oh. We'll take the fight. Damn it. Throw screws at him.
This was a screw from a real tank.
Maybe you save $500, you can get a tread. Just be laying on the floor.
Be cool to look at though. You know?
Yeah, real cool.
Would you mind getting me a Coke Zero out of day? Yeah, squeak. But I mean, I guess the one thing you could say about World of Tanks is their tanks.
Yeah. And it's free.
Yeah, it's free.
At first.
At first. Until you get up there, then you're just like, oh fuck. You know, you gotta have better tanks. So you pay for more shit than what you really need. And now, you know, there are new systems out, so why even worry about it?
Exactly. Just not worth it.
So I guess the good segue from that one into this one is Toy Soldiers Cold War.
Yeah.
Another war. You know, all the Toy Soldiers were actually good. Most of them.
I miss the old school ones. Like you know when you were playing as like the plastic army.
Oh
men?
yeah.
Those were so cool. I love those games.
I had one of those games for the PS1.
That was awesome.
They had stories behind them too, which was cool.
And that fucking guy's like, I love the smell of burnt plastic in the morning.
Yeah.
It was awesome. I love that shit. And then now
It's
a piece of shit.
yeah.
You ain't even playing as toy soldiers anymore.
No. You're playing as, like, you know, movable toy soldiers. What the fuck?
Like,
you know,
3D action figures.
Used to, they were just, like, fucking wobbling across the fucking map.
It was awesome. I love that shit.
I remember those games. Yeah,
Yeah.
those were fun games. And I remember having one as a kid, and I played it all the fucking time because it was just silly and
Yeah. Yeah,
you could have
fucking cool.
you could have fun with it. You know, it's kind of
Yeah.
like playing with them whenever you were with your friends and shit.
Right.
You know, I had the little bitty toy plastic soldiers.
The little green and tan ones. It was so cool.
And that brought me back whenever I was whenever I was like 15
Yeah.
or whatever. I played that game one more time.
Brings you
whenever
back to
you know,
being a
it was
kid.
like
You're
I was like, I remember playing with these toy soldiers all the fucking time, you know,
Yeah.
having little battles with them, you know,
Take forever to set up,
yeah, maneuvering and all this other bullshit. It was, you know, one of your friends comes over, he has his own set, you know, you just
They just litter your floor with them.
yeah.
It's awesome.
But then you see something like Cold War come out.
And it's a piece of shit.
Yeah. Don't ever buy that game.
It was honestly the most arcadey fucking thing out there. They had a timer. That always ruins a game. Always. If you have a timer, ruined. Unless it's like a side-scrolling something. Platformer, those are fine, but
You know,
not a war game. You don't time that.
kind of like Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, you know, the old one for the SNES, and
Yeah.
you know, the old arcade machines that had Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
Yeah.
You know, that was fine to have a timer with, you know.
Yeah.
It made it understandable, you know, had this much time in order to complete a mission. Or even, you know, not even a timer, just, you know, you stop somewhere in the middle of it in order to defeat all the enemies and then go on.
Mm-hmm.
But if you have a timer for a war game...
It's like, oh, you have 15 minutes. That's not you to jump into it either. You have to save fucking resources. So you have like one battle and it's over. Stupid.
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 I mean, that's all you can really say about that game, though. It was horrible. You know, it just didn't bring you back at all.
Yeah.
Toy soldiers. Excuse me. I have a little bit of aspartame in me right now, so I'm not. I'm not really thinking very straight right now. But just kidding, people. It doesn't really take effect that fast.
No.
But
Take a long time.
Yeah. But you know, it just doesn't bring you back to whenever you were a kid. I love those games that bring you back to whenever you were a kid.
Yeah.
You know, like the arcade games that they come out with on the Xbox 360 arcade and stuff. The old ones like Perfect Dark Zero and you know they came out with GoldenEye not too long ago just for you to fuck around with your friends. And
that was like updated too. So
yeah.
That's kind of cool.
And I always love those games that just bring you back. You know, but this one doesn't bring you back at all.